Hi everybody, it's Martina with Exit Realty Associates, your local real estate agent, also known as Move with Martina. Today is Thursday, it's time for another online networking series, and today is episode 13. 13? And I have the great pleasure to invite on my split screen Robyn. She is a personal coach. So let's see if I can bring her in. Okay, it's adding. Hopefully it's going to be working. Hi, Bismita. Ahoj, Irinko. Okay, it's adding. Connecting. Hi, Robyn.
Hey Martina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited for this.
Me too. Hi, Shannon. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to bring you on my online networking series. This is episode 13. So
Yes, thank
Robyn,
you so much.
tell us about yourself. Tell us who is Robyn, what you do.
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I'll keep it short. So I'm Robyn Eckersley. I'm an impact coach and I live here in Las Vegas now. And I work both with individuals and businesses to essentially, in a nutshell, increase their positive impact in the world
Mm-hmm.
through their personal lives or using their business as a force for good.
Okay, great. And I know you used to live here in Virginia and you moved out, right? So you can do this virtually, right? Like we're talking right now. You can do it
Mhm.
via Skype or what platforms do you use for your business?
Yeah, so typically my number one favorite is working with people face to face in person,
Right.
but most of my clients are actually remote. So we'll work through video chat or through the phone, basically whatever works best for them. And I have clients kind of all over the different states. So I don't want to be kind of just tethered to one space. So even though
Right.
working one on one, you can really, you can read body language, you can, exchange an energy there in person. Most of my coaching is done remotely.
Oh, good. Interesting. Okay. So where people can find you, what platforms are you on as far as social media?
In terms of social media, I'm all over Facebook. I do a lot on Instagram, and I'm actually moving my video portion from natively on Facebook to YouTube. But I will
Okay.
be posting those YouTube videos back on Facebook. So, yeah, those are primarily the three places that you would find me online.
Awesome. So tell us the path. How did you get to this? Why are you passionate about this type of work?
Yeah, so this is the story kind of starts when you and I first met back in Virginia on the East Coast in the DC area. I was in a
Very
space
long
where I
time
was,
ago.
I know it was a long time ago now. Like
No.
it blows my mind how far ago that was. But um, I I was just basically like taking jobs and work that sounded good and paid well. So I was
Hmm.
like, well, being a project manager, that sounds great, and I can definitely have career trajectory there. I can move up in the ranks, and this is going to pay my bills. So why wouldn't I take this job? And that was kind of the attitude that I had going into any job that I took. So which is fine, and it's there's nothing wrong with that, but for me,
Hmm.
I didn't know that I was looking for something more. For me, I really wanted to make a difference in the world, but I didn't know what that looked like. So I understood the concept of making a difference as becoming a doctor or going to work for USAID or founding a nonprofit, or that it was like very directly career associated. I didn't realize that you can make a difference in the world through just how you live.
Right.
And so that provided a lot of stress for me, honestly, because I was working in these jobs, and even though I was getting paid well and I was having upward mobility, I still felt at the end of every day and at the end of every week, I was like, what is the point of all of this? I'm just
Right.
putting in the work, and I'm just yay, I did a good job on this project, but in the grand scheme of things, how am I making the world a better place? And at the end of the day, I was convinced that I wasn't. And so
Hmm.
that really provided a lot of stress and anxiety for me. And I still, I took that with me to California, And I started working for a great company there. Again, it looked good on paper, and it had a general. It was a nonprofit, and it had a mission behind it. But
Yeah.
for my day-to-day activities and job responsibilities, I was like, I know I can do more. And my biggest challenge was I didn't know what that was, what more meant. And
Uh-huh.
so finally, I parted ways with that company and was like, okay, I need to do some soul searching and figure this out, because this is not a pattern that I want to keep repeating and just jump into the next job and, become disillusioned and feel empty still. So I ended up purely coincidentally, or maybe it was, the universe intervening. I ended up meeting with a life coach, and I had never even heard what that was. I thought that was some kind of like fluff job. It wasn't like a real job. And I was kind of telling her, like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. At that time I was planning my wedding, and I was like in between jobs, and I know I didn't want to get back into a habit where I felt so lost and so empty. And she's like, I told her I wanted to work with women who were survivors of domestic violence, because that's
Okay.
also my background, and I want to show women that you can you can change your life whenever you want to. Um, and she was like, it kind of sounds like you want to do what I do. And I was like, I have no idea what we're doing here. I don't even know what you do. Sorry. Like this, I don't get what we're doing. We're just having a conversation. And she kind of laughed, and she was like, look, just look into it. Let me know what you think. Because I thought maybe I would be a counselor or a therapist or something, but that
Mm-hmm.
requires lots of money and lots of time. And I was like, I want to help people now. I've been wanting to make a difference in the world my entire life, and I don't want to have to wait until I have some degree or invest so much money before I can start helping people, because I know I have something to offer. And actually coaching is way affordable in terms of like getting your certification and getting trained. And as soon as I realized what was involved, it was like a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is how I can help people.
Yeah.
This is how I can reach women and help them figure out the best path forward for themselves. So that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of, in a nutshell, like my path. And there's a lot more detail there, but that's generally the gist.
So when did you find in your life that was the breaking point? Like, this is not what I'm about, and I want to make that change.
Yeah. Well, that last job that I had, I said, so if you notice, I phrased it, we parted ways. They fired me. They fired me because they knew, yeah, they knew I didn't want to be there, and I didn't want to be there, and I hated what I was doing, and I was so over it. I was just like, I've been here for 3 years. Like, you're trying to tell me that like this is actually making a difference, and it's not making a difference what I was doing. And at that time it was program management for developer events. um,
Okay.
and I was like, I don't care how many stickers we gave away at that booth at that conference. Like, no, this
Right.
is not changing someone's life, and I want something more. And at that time we had moved to Vegas because my husband got a job here with Zappos. And I was like, oh my God, these 60-hour weeks, I'm like so frustrated and just snapping at everybody. And like my boss wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with her. Like we just were butting heads all the time. She fired me 2 weeks, 3 weeks before my biggest event, the one that I actually loved. And it was one of those situations where it was like, you were supposed to break up with me. I'm supposed to break up with you. So I was planning on putting my 2 weeks in right after that event was over. But the universe got the jump on me and was like, okay, well, I guess this is it. And
There's no more time to wait. No more time to
yeah,
waste. Let's get
yeah,
it rolling.
exactly. So I was like,
Well,
okay, I'll take the hint.
I'm so happy that you find your passion, and like the layers kind of peel off, and here you are, the true self, and you're able to tell the world who you are and what do you do and why. That's so
Thank
important,
you.
because so many people in this world do their jobs just because it's their job, right? It's
Yeah,
not the passion behind it. They don't know why they have to get up and go to work and do the job they do.
yeah,
But here you
yeah.
are, and you're saying who you are, which is so unique in our world. And I really congratulate you. This is not everybody does that.
Oh,
Not everybody
thank
has
you.
the gut to do that. And
Thanks,
I haven't
Martina.
seen you for so long. So
Yeah, it's
um,
been like at least 2011,
I
2012
know.
maybe.
I just feel like I'm looking at a total different person than the person I used to know.
Oh my gosh,
And
you
it's an,
truly are. Like
yeah,
old Robyn would not recognize this Robyn. Like old Robyn was very cynical, was very just like live for the party life, like just not really care about anything. And it was because I felt like I didn't have a purpose. I felt like I didn't,
right,
nothing. At the end of the day, it was just about save up for retirement and then go, I guess, travel for your senior
right.
years. Like I didn't have any kind of real fulfillment anywhere in my life. And so you definitely saw a very different version of
Yes,
me.
for sure. I just want to take a quick moment just to say thank you for everyone who has been watching, and I've been seeing people, hopping on the watching this video, and there are people from literally all over the world. There's people from the Czech Republic, from where I'm from. There's from people, Rebecca she's currently in Germany. She was here just last year. People from East Coast and West
Awesome.
Coast of America. So I'm so happy that everybody is able to tune in and watch and join the
Yay.
journey. So I just
Yeah.
want to say hi to everybody because I don't want to interrupt your talk, but I see you, and hi, Sammy. So I see you guys saying hi, but back to you.
Yeah.
And tell me a fun fact, fun story. What do you have for me?
Fun story is actually when I left the DC area, Tony, who you knew when we were just
Uh-huh.
dating, and now who is my husband, um, when like at the very beginning of our relationship, we were like, we're done with the East Coast. We don't want to work here anymore. We don't want to live here anymore. We're just going to see what happens.
Right.
And Tony always wanted to live in San Francisco, and I always wanted to live in California, anywhere in California. And so when our leases were coming up in 2012, um, we were like, let's just go. Let's just figure it out. Let's just go. And so we just packed all our stuff. We ended or didn't renew our leases. We packed as much stuff as we could in my little Honda Accord and left the rest of our stuff in my parents' garage. And he planned a 2-week road trip where we went camping for two
Uh-huh.
weeks in all these different national parks. And I was very much like city girl. Like, no, you lock your door at night. Like, you stay in your car. You don't hike in the woods. You don't poop in the woods. Like, that's. And so he introduced me to camping and hiking and national parks, which are incredible. And so we didn't have a plan. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
have jobs lined up. We didn't have a place to live lined up. But we had this faith that when we get there, we'll figure it out. We have employable skills. We have something that someone will pay us to do when we get there. And like we did. And that it was that
Yes.
faith in you don't have to know every single step of the way. You just have to take the first step
You're
towards
giving
something
me
you truly.
goosebumps.
Yeah, you just have to move in the direction of the ideal that you want. And for us at the time, we just wanted to move to the West Coast. We had no idea what that looked like. And we were like, let's just figure it out. Let's just get in the car one step at a time. Let's enjoy this road trip. I'll freaking learn how to camp. I'll learn like the outdoors is not that scary. And we'll get jobs. We'll apply for jobs when we get there. We'll apply for apartments when we get there. And everything fell into place, honestly. It wasn't like super easy, but it was super smooth in terms of all of the things that could have gone wrong didn't go wrong. And you just have to.
Sorry. Somebody was calling me, so I'm on my phone,
Oh,
so
okay.
it like pauses the broadcast. So I was like, no, please.
Gotcha.
Hold
No
on a second.
worries. And
Would you
actually,
mind just, Marcella, would you mind please calling Francis and telling him that I'm on live so he doesn't call me? I'll give him a call in 5 minutes. Thank you. Sorry.
okay. And also, I unfortunately have to run. I have a client call that's starting
Yes.
soon.
Yes.
But this was so awesome.
So
Like maybe we
thank you
could
so much. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
thank
I
you.
had so much fun talking to you and reconnecting with you. Thank you so much for doing this with me, and I'll connect with you soon. And
Yes,
I'll
yes.
put all your contact information below. So if people want to start following you and you have questions, they can directly, contact with you. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so
So
much,
much.
Martina. This is so great.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I've seen you all guys popping up and saying hi. So hi everybody. I know Robyn had to go. She had an appointment, but just to let you know that next week I will have Shane with 123 Jung. I was supposed to have him, a couple weeks back, but he got sick. So finally, hopefully next week he will be good to go. And I look forward to seeing you next week. This was from my personal page, but I do them from my business page, which is Move with Martina. So if you want to stay in touch, go there, connect with me every week. I'll be live. We can talk. If you have any questions, let me know, comment, heart, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.